Okay, this one right here is dealing with, we were short of clothing, food, and so forth, and so we got word of one of the lieutenants got word of a area, and I can't give you dates, I can't give you locations and stuff, but we went out into this desolate field. And I was a captain's driver, so I was responsible for any vehicle he was on. So I drove his Jeeps, it was a truck, if it was a tank. The tank was the main thing I did, and drove the tanks and so forth. And so anyway, we drove out, got in a Jeep and drove out, me, the captain, the lieutenant, and we drove out there, and we had a deuce and a quarter with a deuce and a half truck to carry, we thought, the food and clothing we'd find out there back. And so we got out there in this desolate field, and I tried to capture this from memory right here of what it was. And it was this burnout area, and there was flames coming out of these holes. And I remember this little hill over here with two little Vietnamese people sitting on top of the hill there. And I don't know, scavengers or what, probably doing that or whatever it was they were doing. And so anyway, we came in and we saw all this with these bulldozers, and they were pushing this food and this the clothing and stuff into these holes and burning it. And it was American people doing American clothing and stuff that we were short of out in the field. And so I didn't understand what was going on with it, and stuff like that, because I was like 19, 20 years old. I'm sitting there going, and here comes the lieutenant and the captain. They're jumping off, and we had first sergeant with us too, First Sergeant Miller. And they started arguing with these guys with these food and stuff, and there's a lot of shoving, yelling, stuff like that going on. You can't have it unless you go to the chain of command. You have to get orders. I said, well, we need it now, and stuff like this. Clothing was literally rotting off of us and stuff because we're right in the monsoons and so forth. So anyway, they wouldn't give it to us, and so we got in the Jeep and left. And that's what this painting depicts of the insanity of it all. And that clothing there is clothing I brought back from Vietnam, and I just decided I would put that on there to give the effect that it had on me.